Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Dracos Inc. or welcome to Dracos Inc. Thank you so much for being here. I have just sat here and played 30 minutes of gameplay of Heartbound. I don't know how I need to test more when I do things, is clearly the case. I just sat here and played 30 minutes of gameplay. Everything recorded beautifully, no problems at all. And then I went to go edit the footage. For some reason, my mic was picking up twice, and so I can't use any of that footage because it's just me and then like half a second delay and then me again, so you hear like this mild echo through the whole thing. I am gutted. Absolutely gutted. So instead of putting up a gameplay footage, I guess I'll just put up a chat, some chat footage. I'm just going to talk to the camera. I'm going to explain what happened. I'm going to have my drink. This is one of my favorite mugs. This is from Movie World and I got it in 2012. And currently I'm drinking soda water with gin and Chambord, which is a cherry liqueur, raspberry liqueur, one of those. It's very delicious. So need that after just trying to edit, finding this out. So I'll just give you a brief recap, talk about how I'm feeling about the game, and then, I don't know, cry into a pillow. No, I won't do that. But yeah, basically, a lot of it was me going, oh shit, what am I up to? What am I supposed to be doing again? And wandering around a little bit. So in the previous part, I did explore the entire level, and then I just saved after having some memories kind of click together. And so I was finding trinkets that were recalling this memory that I couldn't put together, and I was trying to find clues to who the boss was, so these memories were supposed to kind of like be evidence of that. And so in part 2 of Heartbound, is it part 2? What am I up to? In the previous part that I did upload, I found the bag in the cafeteria, and that was the initial memory, which was just my house. And then I found the key in the vending machine, and that was me, like, Law on the couch patting Baron. And then I found an amulet or something by the pool that Pool Pal Paul gave me when I whistled next to the pool. And that gave me the memory of I just had some more furniture. There wasn't anything additional to the scene except for some more furniture. So it was like clearly building out the lounge room of Law's home. And then in this episode, I went to the gym and found the little dude who was trying to fight me at the cafeteria in the past episode. And he was working on the doing lifts, and he had chucked some bracelet down on one of the other machines. And so I went and picked that up, and that gave me the memory of like a shadow standing in the stairwell. So everything was the same. Except the TV was there and it was on. And then there was a staircase and like a shadow of someone standing there. And then the final item, I went up and to those big doors that were just kind of all the way at the top in the middle. And there was another item on the ground. It was like a charm bracelet or something. And that basically gave me a memory of the parents, and they were fighting, and the mum was like saying that Law's lazy and no good, just like his dad, and the dad was defending him and saying, no, like, he's a kid, let him just kind of relax and chill out with his dog. So that was the memories kind of all pieced together, and they were the clues to who the boss was. And so then Law realizes, well, no, it can't be my mum. Like, that would be so crazy, right? And if you remember back right to the beginning, if you have watched any of the other parts to this, there were drink cans all around the house. So I believe from that it was supposed to imply that his mum was an alcoholic. So I guess she was a bit of a mean drunk. I don't know. So anyway, then you go in, Oscar's there saying you're being terminated, you unplug him, and the boss room appears, and it's the mum, as you may have pre-guessed. And he's like, can't be you, and basically the inverse. So when he's speaking to his dad or sees anything about his dad, so in the last part when you're reading his file, anything that's positive gets turned into a negative. So he's like, hey kid, do you mind taking out the rubbish? And it was like, hey, take out the rubbish now, blah, like I don't know, I can't remember the exact change of phrase, but it changes it to more aggressive or negative. And this does the inverse. So the mum says like, hey moron, what are you doing here, or something along those lines, and then it changes it, says, hey kiddo, how are you, or something to that effect. And then basically the boss battle is, it comes up the screen like the two previous fights have come up, and then it breaks and she comes through and is like, no, I'm the boss, we're not playing by your rules. And I thought that was such a cool way to change up the fight scene or the battle type that the game had already predetermined, and said this is how fights happen within this game. You play these little mini games and you dodge things or whatever, and that either damages you or doesn't damage you. And she breaks through that and is like, no, we're not doing that. And I think that's just a unique approach to fights in a game. Usually once you've kind of done the tutorial type of fight, it stays consistent. They may add things on, like extra abilities or something in games, but they don't change the way that those fights occur. So I just found that really interesting, and I did enjoy that fact, that feature, I should say. So then, instead what she does is she calls you out on the choices that you were given in the game. So one of the first choices you're given is, if you're holding the dog food and the garbage right at the beginning when you're feeding Baron, you are given the opportunity to either feed him the garbage or the Viking food. And I chose to feed him the Viking food because, like, you don't feed your dog garbage, that's rude. But she said, like, calls you out and says, like, hey, remember how you don't love him, remember how you fed him garbage. And then you have that memory, but you get to choose again. And so I said, you know, Viking food, I'm not going to change it to garbage. And that damages her. And so I was like, oh, the good choices damage her. So then the next memory, I can't recall exactly what it was, but I chose the wrong thing at the time. And it was, she says, you know, you stole from that old man. And it shows you the memory again. And I'd taken the apple from Binder's place. So, right back at Binder's house, when he brings you back to his like little home, you find an apple and it says to take it. And I took it because I was like, hey, free apple. Even though he's like, no, that's my apple. Anyway. So I took it, and then she was like, oh, you remember how you stole from that old man or something like that? And you're given the option again. So I didn't take the apple, but that actually damaged me because I lied. So I thought that was really cool. So it takes you through all the choices where you could have done the right thing or the wrong thing, and I re-chose exactly what I did. The only thing that came up that I hadn't actually been given the choice was regular guy, who's the guy that's like, oh, hey there, how's it going? Type person. I was given a memory of being given the option to kill him, but I never triggered the event that gave me that option, and I don't know what it would have been. So I just chose not to murder him, because why would I kill regular Joe? He was a good friend. He gave me a cool hat. Everything was lovely. So I don't think that mattered either way, because I just chose the nice thing. Because there are two different paths you can take within this game. So you can either go down the dark side or the light side of path. So again, not unlike Undertale, where there's the true pacifist or true I can't remember what the other type's called, but you can either like spare everyone or kill everyone. This is similar in the sense that like your choices do impact your overall journey and how your character's story unfolds. And so anyway, I thought that was really cool and quite an interesting way of having that battle. And so I chose the ones that I had previously chosen, except for the one instance where I thought, oh, if I choose the anyway. So then Baron pops up at the end, and you hug him, and he's like, hey, you know, sometimes we regret the things we did, but we just gotta and wish we did, you know, something differently, but we just gotta live with that and move on, and I'm still here for you. And then like it shines bright like a diamond. And so I think you then get that piece of Binder back. Not Binder, Baron. And then I went to the new area, which is Animus. And so I wake up in this like little cottage, and it's kind of like Stardew Valley feels. It's very sweet, little like nature and everything, and these little animals around. And he says, oh, I've really lost it now. Animals are talking. And I'm like, you have legitimate conversations with Baron right at the beginning, like as if that's completely normal that the dog speaks. So I don't know why you think that's weird, but anyway, so I've only just got to Animus, and then I saved. I was given a pocket watch, but it was broken. So that's kind of the recap. A very in-depth recap of not a lot of actual things happening in the game, but I'm really devastated that it didn't record correctly, and I'm really hoping this has recorded correctly, because once again I didn't test it, I just pressed record, and I think I fixed the problem. So if this doesn't work, I give up. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. I do know that they're still working on the game, so there may be a point where I will have to pause for a moment and come back to it as bits and pieces get released. So yeah, otherwise, how's your week been? Let me know. I've been having a pretty good week. We're getting some progress with some of the projects at work I'm working on. So I'm a business analyst, and I'm working on some process improvement. All very boring to you guys, I'm sure, but there are some bits and pieces we're trying to fix in the specific area I work in, and we're getting some traction on those, so that's really exciting. Basically just automating some stuff that people shouldn't be having to do, boring admin work, so that we can free up their time to do some more interesting things. And so we're getting some traction on some of that, which is awesome. In New South Wales, things are open again, as long as you're fully vaccinated, which I am, so that's great too. Being able to go out and see friends and everything is always nice. Yeah, I missed out on playing Diablo 2 with Zendad on Friday last week because I was buggered by the end of the week. I haven't gone out in I think it was like 100 and something days we were in lockdown in New South Wales. I can't remember. But yeah, hadn't been out in a while. Went out 2 nights in a row, had a few drinks, hung out with friends. It was nice, but between that and work, I was like, I'm tired. I'm not used to this. And it got to Friday and I was like, I can't bring myself to turn on the computer and play a game and have to concentrate because I will die more than usual. So unfortunately I missed out on that, but this Friday I hope to be on playing Diablo 2 with Zendard. I'm pretty excited about it. I will be going out. It's my mum's birthday on Friday, so happy birthday, Mum. She's not watching these, but that's okay. So I'll be going out for dinner with her and then coming back and jumping on, and so hopefully I can record and upload that footage. And the other thing that I'm working on for this channel is my Now for Something Completely Different series, which I have got a recording already of the first episode. It was originally recorded potentially as a podcast, my first podcast episode, because I was going to create a podcast around this kind of idea, but instead I never did. And so I have that recording and I was like, what if I just record myself playing some Elder Scrolls, which I've already done, and just chuck that over the top and upload that, and you guys can just ignore the parts where I call it a podcast. I feel like that's pretty solid. I feel like that's a great choice. So that will be up this weekend. I will make it my mission to have that up this weekend, because I don't know how much more Heartbound footage I'm going to be able to get before I run out of content that they've created. So yeah, I'm really sorry. This is literally just me rambling to camera, and I've had a few drinks this evening. So I may not be completely coherent, or I may be rambling more than usual. No, I'm not rambling more than usual. This is my usual amount of rambling. Just to completely sidetrack, my poor partner, he's very lovely and very patient, and he's not the most talkative guy. He's kind of like, if you have something to say, he'll say it, or, you know, like general conversation is fine. But I could probably win a competition for being able to just ramble. If you've come here from Zendard's stream, I believe he was saying something the other day about how he's like, I'm not sure what to do with small talk. I don't know how to do it. I'm like, just say whatever is in your brain. Just say it out loud. I hope it makes sense. And don't apologize. And that's pretty much the way I live my life. And then afterwards I think, I shouldn't have said that. Shit. I made this awkward, didn't I? Oh no, that was not the right thing to say. And that's like my entire life, is just rambling and then constantly being like, oh fuck, I should not have said that. But I digress. So he's very lovely, very patient, my partner. Gaffsy is his like Twitch handle or whatever you want to call it. So if you've come here from Zendard's stream, you will recognize him. Yeah, so the poor guy, he comes home from work, he works in retail, and he's dealt with people all day, and I've been working from home for like 18 months, more now, actually, since last March, so whatever that works out to be. And he comes home and I just word vomit at him from the moment he walks in the door to the moment he falls asleep. So yep. So that's why I record myself playing games and try to just stick to whatever's happening in the game and not completely derail it with me just going off at a tangent. So yeah, this episode is just me on a tangent for 20 minutes so far. Not yet my record, but it's definitely my recorded record. So if you've made it this far, I'm So sorry there is no game footage to watch, and I'm so appreciative that you have got to this point and you are still watching. That is just if you've made it this far, in the comments below, I want you to put what's a non-controversial emoji? I want you to put a purple heart. Yeah, I want you to put a purple heart in the comments below if you've made it to this point and you've put up with my rambling for 20 minutes, because that is more than some people I'm related to might do. And thank you so much. I'm so grateful for every single view. If someone's watched for 10 seconds or the full video, I'm thankful that you thought to click on this video at all. I am new to this. I am still figuring out how this is all going to work and what I want from this channel and what I want to give to this channel and how I want it to really feel and be. I want it to be a safe space for anyone to come and just chat about whatever you want in the comments or leave me some feedback. I am easily upset, but will take criticism. I will just quietly cry while I read it, but that's cool. This is the internet. I cannot expect all positives. That's right, Catherine. Just tell people that you'll be crying if they say mean things. But yeah, thanks again. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I can get some actual gameplay footage up soon. It's a bit busy at work, but I'll try and maybe play again tomorrow night and get something up. But yeah, otherwise, bye for now.